about even on immigration in total, but everything else, he's sort of underwater. And particularly on the economy, tariffs, and inflation, he's well underwater. You've still got some work to do on that front. A lot of people think that he's spending too much time on tariffs and not enough time on the economy and lowering prices. What do you say?
Well, I don't want to make things awkward for you, John, but it is our opinion that Fox News needs to fire its pollster. And I won't surprise you with that. I don't think you're surprised that I'm saying that. But the Fox News pollster has always been wrong about President Trump. They were the ones that said all summer long that Kamala Harris was going to be the 47th president of the United States. So we don't acknowledge any of that polling.
What do you think of the Amazon decision on the tariff in terms of clarity? And Caroline Levitt saying that the president sees it as a hostile and political act to say that the price increases that they are facing would be due to the tariffs.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's hostile or not. I will say that there was no mention whatsoever at Amazon about Joe Biden's inflation. And the fact is that we got to 40-year highs. Inflation measured by the Consumer Price Index was up 9.1%. We all remember we were at the cash register. Everything cost so much more. So, you know, why they're putting a little bug now, this is because of the tariffs, and they didn't put a little bug, this is because of the $7 trillion spent by the Democrats under Joe Biden, is a question.
No, yeah. I mean, we see this at the gas.
You want to show it because of the tariffs, but when the inflation was at an incredible height, and nobody wanted to say nothing about it. But okay, yeah.
No, that's true.
So they're going to have the price would have been, except for here, Trump, this is the price now.
The tariff.
That's what they're going to do. That is a very strong statement.
But for Amazon, think about like...
You know, not be on Amazon, I ain't gonna lie.
But Amazon probably did that because, you know, majority of the products on Amazon come from...
They do.
So...
But do they gotta take a political stance like that? Like,
well, it's hurting their bread probably a lot more. It hurting their company probably more than other companies.
Well, I'm just keep on. They just making it like because Trump. This is Trump. The Trump tax.
Well, if you look up the top 5 biggest companies that are going to be affected by tariffs, Amazon is top 3.
Well, yeah, I can see that. I mean, I understand they affected. So I guess I understand why they outraged.
Why he just mad they're making less profits.
That's gas.
Well,
right?
that's a W though, because that means they can't win that.
Well, that makes sense.
Hey, that's a win right there.
Yeah, it's a step in the right direction.
Scroll up. Stop.
And they said China is real symbolic. So if they do something, they're real into like how does it look and how it's going to be perceived. And so for them to do that, it's kind of like a
bending the knee, kind of
putting your hand out, man. But, like, let's shake.
Yeah, that's what it is. It says news of the ethane's tariffs removal comes after U.S. Treasury Scott Bessent insisted that the tariffs were putting major pressure on Beijing. Speaking at the White House on Tuesday, Bessent said the tariffs cost China millions of jobs, and it doesn't change the course. I mean, we still on that ass.
A little number next to the price of each product that shows how much the Trump tariffs are adding to the cost of each product. So isn't that a perfect, crystal clear demonstration that it's the American consumer and not China who is going to have to pay for these policies?
I will take this, since I just got off the phone with the president about Amazon's announcement. This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years? And I would also add that it's not a surprise because, as Reuters recently wrote, Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American. It's another reason why we are onshoring critical supply chains here at home to shore up our own critical supply chain and boost our own manufacturing here.
Is Jeff Bezos still a Trump supporter?
Look, I will not speak to the president's relationships with Jeff Bezos, but I will tell you that this is certainly a hostile and political action by Amazon. And Secretary, if you have anything to add.
Yeah, I would also add that the bringing down the terrible Biden inflation has been a priority for the first 100 days of the Trump administration, and President Trump has done a great job of leading that since January 20th. Interest rates, mortgage rates are down, gasoline and energy prices are down. We're expecting the further decreases. And as Caroline said, the big tax on consumers that goes unnoticed is deregulation or regulation, and we are deregulating and bringing that down. So,
did y'all see the? He said they're not going to try to tax people who make less than $200,000 a year.
Yeah, I saw where they said they were trying to get rid of the income tax on people less than that.
Yeah. Boy, would that be nice.
That would be pretty insane.
I would say
I think for 100% fact, Jeff Bezos made a political decision.
Yeah, he did.
I think that China got something to do with our political system at this point.
Well, I could completely understand why Jeff Bezos did that. Because, like, think about it. He had to, bro. Everything on Amazon, damn near every single product came from China. Damn near every product on Amazon.
Yeah, it's probably way cheaper to source it and get it from China.
So
that's probably why they're upset.
So what?
They just voted on 125% tariffs on the gas. So if they do that,
they're taking steps in the right direction. But
Yeah,
it's still
no.
affecting them.
It logically,
But still, it is
gas
like,
and energy is more important than food.
we're gonna get affected.
It's
a little
different
bit.
than putting out a statement or something like that. But they're gonna literally change the layout of their website because of this. They're adding whole just to tell you. It's like it is like a very hostile.
How can they do that though?
Statement, I would argue.
Because don't like personal companies set up their own little profile on Amazon to sell products? So they're gonna automatically set it up for them too. Yeah, I know they're getting affected, but I'm just curious like how that work.
I don't know how it works. All I know is what they said is they're gonna put the regular price and they're gonna put the with tariff price. So it's gonna make the administration and everything. It's trying to sway people. It seems like to me.
No, it definitely is. Wait, time out. I didn't even understand they were doing that.
That's what they said.
Yeah, I know. I'm damn.
That's why I'm confused. Like,
Damn.
how would they be able to do that?
Here's your.
I thought they put out a statement or something.
This is the real price on every transaction on Amazon.
I don't think it's probably gonna be like that. It
That's
probably gonna
crazy,
show
bro.
up on a receipt and it's gonna
That's how they
say
made it
tariff.
sound.
It probably
That's
might
why
put tariff percentage.
How did you think it sounded? Did they gonna do it like that or?
They did say next to
That's
it.
what I was trying to figure out.
That's what I got from it.
Tariff price of what though?
Like the
goods
price
on
that they
Amazon?
gotta sell it to you for.
Oh, so they're saying like the price
versus
are
the
going-
price we could have sold it to you for.
So they're saying the
if
prices
there was
are
no
higher.
tariffs.
Yeah, so they're saying the tariffs made their prices.
But
go
they're
up.
like listing it all the disparity, I guess. I mean, it's just I don't know, man.
basically blaming Trump for people having to pay. more.
Exactly.
I mean,
So it's a loud statement.
It's a pretty loud statement.
It's very loud.
Because did the inflation that Biden and them were doing, did that also impact Amazon's prices?
yes.
So if it did and they didn't put out a statement, then you see how that's kind
Because
of
more people will buy the product if it wasn't inflation. People will have more money in their pocket to spend.
Yeah.
But the product costs more to get too, still. But
During inflation.
I understand because the tariffs is like automatically, yeah, bro, you gotta pay me an extra $100 for that one little product. That's probably
I'm trying to figure out how they're trying to do it. Maybe we'll figure it out during the video.
It's 100% tariff. That's a lot of bread. Like think about like that one product.
Yeah. Somebody said, I'm fine with Amazon showing the tariff amounts so I know what not to buy. Oh, so yeah, they're going to just show, I guess. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's what they're going to show. They're
Can
going
we
to show that
check
on their
Amazon
site, bro.
right quick and see if there's anything?
Nah, that's fine.
They ain't did it that yet.
But that's
They
what
ain't
they're
did
going to try to do. Amazon to display tariff costs for consumers. Yes. That's what they're doing.
Jeff Bezos.
I didn't think they were going to do it like that. I just thought they were just exposing it. But holy crap, that's insane. That is so political.
Yeah.
Like, how can they do that though, bro? Like
That's beyond political. Like, come on.
It's a loud statement to me.
It
You know,
is.
that's why they called it
we shouldn't
Trump.
have
You can
voted
tell
for
us what
Trump.
Trump said. It's hostile. It's a bit hostile that they would do that.
But I can kind of understand though because
I
like
don't-
their
I
business
don't.
is getting hit.
But I thought he's
but
for the
that's
major. I thought
political.
he's for the billionaires. I thought
That's political, though.
I don't know, guys.
not
Because
for
his
the
business
billionaires.
is still getting hit though, you know?
So what are you gonna say? Hey, this is the reason this price is like this. This is why you should have voted Democrat. That's basically what they're saying.
Yeah,
100%.
facts.
So that's political.
But from his point of view, he's losing money. You know what I'm
They
saying?
said if you
I
buy
guess,
at
but-
Amazon, you're a traitor to the country.
Dang.
Instead
That's
of
crazy. I
instead
literally
of-
bought something yesterday.
Okay,
from
see, this is
Amazon.
where y'all see. Look, this is where y'all probably gonna lose me is with the stop and shopping at places. Cause me, I'm probably gonna have to still go on Amazon. I ain't
Whatever
gonna
I
lie.
literally bought something yesterday. It's supposed to be here in the next few minutes.
Hey guys, fraud is at an all-time high right now. We all saw what's happening during the Biden administration, man. It was crazy. Like, I've heard horror stories of people who were fighting for their homes, their own homes, for 3 years in court. So basically, guys, what can happen is somebody can actually steal the title to your home. So the reason why that is a problem is because they will end up making you pay the payments, like, to the bank, and they will be the owners of your home. And I know this sounds crazy, but it happens, like, all the time. Like, this is a real problem.
Or they could, I think, use your name and make you sign off on something that you didn't sign off on.
Yeah.
And you'll be having a home title that you didn't even sign up for.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they will use fake IDs. They will do anything. And it happens so easy. Like, if you put any type of your information out there, they can do it. And there's really nothing the police can do about it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Officer Tatum, y'all know him. He was a police officer, and he even said, there's nothing you could do about this. Like, the police just have to just add you to the list. There's nothing you could do about this.
When was the last time you checked your home title loan? If you're like me, the answer is never. And that's exactly what scammers are counting on. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. Their $1 million triple lock protection helps you keep your home and equity safe. Here's what you get: immediate 24/7 monitoring of your property, urgent alerts if there are any changes, and if fraud should happen, their US-based restoration team will spend up to $1 million to fix the fraud and restore your title at no additional cost.
$1 million?
$1 million. They will spend $1 million to fight for you. Like, really just think about somebody to fight for you in your corner in your home, man.
So we've teamed up with Home Title Lock to give you a free title history report so you can find out if you're already a victim and access to your personal title expert. You get a $250 value just for signing up.
Go to HometitleLock.com and use our promo code Cartier or click on the link in the description and make sure to check out the $1 million triple lock protection details when you get there.
Think about a nutritional label on a product. I mean, many of us look at those labels when we go in, we're looking at the calories, looking at how much protein something has. Imagine if you could have that kind of transparency when you're buying your phone or buying your car or buying avocados. That's powerful. First of all, it's an amazing use of the incredible amounts of big data that these companies have. I mean, this is a great use of it. It is very political, I would say. I mean, the president, Carolyn Levitt, channeling the president, called it a hostile and political act, which did sound very threatening in terms of what the president was channeling to Jeff Bezos there. I think it's also very interesting in terms of where big tech and where some of the largest and most powerful CEOs in the country stand in relation to Trump. And I was wondering when this penny was going to drop, because yes, you saw, as Caitlin said, them all sitting in the front row at the inauguration. It was this sort of parade of American oligarchs. On the other hand, boy, have their businesses been hit by Liberation Day. Confidence is down. We've seen consumers very worried about the economy, about spending. That has huge potential economic impact, and it has political impact too. I think we're going to see this. I won't call it a war, but this conflict, perhaps, between Amazon and the president really resonate both economically and politically. I imagine that Republicans and Democrats are thinking about what to make of this right now.
I think if she's going to say, like, it was bad that oligarchs were at the inauguration in the front row, she's basically, like, in favor of them being mad for losing profits for something that benefits the American people, which isn't that the point of them being mad about them being oligarchs? Because they do things that are in favor of them and not the American people. But now she's celebrating them for being mad for something that hurts them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, come on now. Like, obviously, Trump said we're going to hurt short term to be better off in the long term.
He did.
I mean, that's something that was understood. I personally haven't seen an increase in any of my products that I buy. So
but that also debunks he's for the billionaires.
Yeah, it debunks it bad. So but she's saying, oh, now the billionaires are mad and they supported him because he did something that hurts them. But it's like I don't know.
He said he was going for the middle class.
You know what?
Middle class. This don't really affect the middle class that much.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I mean, it sucks for us who go on Amazon. But I know we can hit Walmart. You know, it is what.
You know what I just thought
Walmart
about?
Came out supporting Donald Trump.
You know how they was talking about putting the tariff on
Good old Walmart.
the product? Why they don't show how much it costs for the product to be made as well? If they're just going to put
that's what I'm saying.
Because it doesn't serve the political agenda.
Right.
They might as well show all of it then.
Right.
How much it costs for it to get made.
How much did you get it for?
How much you trying to charge people?
The only reason they're exposing this, the only thing that they're exposing is that they're just a huge, they sell so you're buying Chinese products. And if the goal here is to make more American-made products, wouldn't you be turning off consumers who want to support the American-made products by getting in bed with Chinese-made products and pointing the finger at, look, now the stuff we get from China it's gonna be worse. I told you next few minutes. I told y'all.
The Amazon truck here, y'all.
I told y'all next few
Amazon
minutes.
gonna come.
I told y'all.
Damn, they finna spin the block on us right now.
No, but I just think they're obviously like the mainstream liberal media is gonna celebrate this because this fits their agenda. Oh, people are mad at Trump, but I think this is a bad move by Amazon. Like all they had to say is, hey, some stuff could be more expensive because of the tariffs, but to just point the finger and be like, well, now you got to pay more because of the tariffs, I don't think that's the way.
Yeah. No, this is 100% political. She even said it.
We know the goal of this is to put America on top and American-made products on top. So why are you dissenting from that?
But yeah, if they put how much it costs to make the product, that would be exposed in China's game. Finessing the American people for designer. I bet they getting some taxes out of that.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
We built China infrastructure.
China's trying to do something to us, y'all. And we know it. But they just folded on 125% tariff, so that does say a lot.
They are a big rival.
They can't mess with us in the oil. And we gotta, like Trump said, drill, baby, drill. This is what it is. They folded on that. The products, we do get a lot of Chinese products, so that's gonna be we still gotta battle to do that war. But them folding on the oil does say a lot though.
They got a lot of coal.
But that's what I'm saying though. If you know you need us.
What is ethane exactly?
If you
gas.
Look though, if you know you need us on the gas.
It's like but they
like
they produce a lot of coal though. That's why I'm also confused about that.
They said China is going crazy with coal mines. I heard that too.
So that's
why they fold on.
Because we don't do it because of like the environment.
Why they fold on the tariffs?
So
why they fold on the tariffs?
I don't know, bro.
Because they need probably gas.
They're one of our biggest consumers.
Yeah, and they probably need the gas, the ethane, to actually warm up people's homes. Probably.
Yeah, and another thing, once they put those tariffs on, they started trying to buy from Canada, but who knows if Canada can keep up the same production.
Let's just make it even. But hey, I guess they still gonna want to go to war about it. But hey, everybody
I don't think they're not trying to go to war.
Not war. We're not on a tariff war. But I'm just saying, everybody was gonna do what's best for their country. And we finally got a man doing what's best for our country. And we got people trying to tear it down. Jeff Bezos. I can't believe he did that, bro.
Let's get straight to our lead guest this morning. That would Mr. Wonderful Kevin O'Leary. I was intrigued to hear the president's own words. We're very close to a deal with India, and you think that's very important, don't you?
Yeah, it was leaked by Gasparino on Friday. And then during the White House Correspondents' Dinner, it was leaked all over the place with all the outlets. And then Bessett on Monday, before the market opened, said, watch this space here. Clearly they're just signaling we're going to take one of these deals. India's going to be it. We're going to ink it and make it a template for EU, England, Switzerland, Canada, Mexico, Japan. That's 72% of all the trade. So if you get that done, you're done, so to speak. I mean,
why do you think we've not got that deal with India done yet?
Trade deals are tough. I've never heard of any administration, either of you, ever announce 60 negotiations simultaneously. You talk about a NAFTA or an EU deal or something with England, which is out of the EU now. I think the market would really, really like to see one, to get an idea of two things: the pace at which this is coming, and secondly, the fact that they can get one done, because it has been 100 days. The tariff narrative is really getting intense, and people would like to know, okay, what does the deal look like with India? I mean, I'm very interested to find out if we can ship fully manufactured automotive, product into India without 110% tariff. That's good. And reciprocal, I think they may go to a zero tariff situation or a very low reciprocal. The market would love that, Stuart. They really would.
But to keep the confidence of the market, you've got to get on with this fairly quickly. If you don't get a deal with, say, India for a month or two, the market gets very worried because you don't have a template for other trading partners.
So you're making a good point, but the Indians know that too.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to be thinking about it. They're thinking
whoever goes first.
No, it's a head squeezer.
Get a deal.
It's a head squeezer. But I think they also should know they'll get the best deal if they go first, whatever that best deal is. The market needs a deal. Everybody agrees with that, including Mr. Market.
Yeah. Now, Besant said strategic uncertainty. Uncertainty is a good thing in negotiations, and that's true, isn't it?
Is there any other mode? Is there any other mode Trump operates in other than that? For 12 years, I've watched total uncertainty all the time until there's certainty. I mean, if you're not used to that, what do you do? I mean, there's never been an administration that believes in sausage being made visibility, because there's cameras everywhere all the time, and for many people, that's very uncomfortable. I'm kind of ignoring it now because it's just noise like crazy versus trying to figure out what the signal is as an investor. That's what my job is. And other investors, too, are starting to say, wait a second, what's actually happening here versus all of the stuff that's coming out of the White House?
I'm surprised that the market is not more positive on what Besant had to say about the tax cut package.
For the liberals that say Americans shouldn't be ran like a business, you're out of your mind.
America is a business.
It is. Everything. America runs on business.
And trade.
We literally survive on business. Like
that's how
That's
y'all.
why we have the highest GDP. That's why
Every
America's
person
America.
watching
Did you know
this-
that California has the 4th highest GDP in the world?
Yeah. Every person watching this.
Imagine if California had like
Competent leadership.
Yeah,
Was a
they'll
good
be-
state to live in.
mean, crazy.
Wow. Might be
And they
number
ran
2.
it like
probably
a
used to be
business.
like in like
Instead of
1950.
worried about
It's
the
probably
fishies.
really the place to be.
Facts.
Yeah, they need to worry about that instead of fishies and stuff like that. America, everything, like while we're living under this roof, while you're living under your roof, is because of business.
Yeah.
Like that's how the world is
People
being
don't realize
ran right
that
now.
though, bro.
So to
They
say,
just don't contextualize it like that, probably.
like,
Or conceptualize it, whatever the word is.
Well, you pay $1 and pay taxes on everything you touch. Anything and everything.
Yeah, man.
without money, I mean,
You
people
can't-
wouldn't be
Taxation
allowed
is
to do a
theft.
lot of stuff.
The older I get, the more I really realize taxation is theft.
Well, you need tax dollars, but when they're wasted, it's theft.
I mean, but like
That's why we need those.
I think income tax is theft. Like you have to pay money. I mean, to pay tax on the money you earned. I think that's
It
theft.
helps the environment around you,
Yeah, I
which
guess,
land
whatever.
you're staying on.
The military,
stay
I guess.
protected.
I guess, yeah, to
The
an
government,
extent.
you know, you gotta
But
pay Trump, gotta pay
I just
JD,
think paying
Cash
30% of your income that's just automatically gone before you touch it. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks.
I just
But
think
you
that's
know,
crazy, dog.
that's why.
But we give them that money for what? To make the world around us better.
Yeah, to be safe.
I guess.
So
I guess.
that's why it has to be. The more money we get, the world around us would look better.
Maybe if we
better.
spent billions of dollars on
In the
things
right
in our
place.
own country.
Yes.
But we
instead
can't.
of
We
other
gotta be
countries.
efficient with the
But-
money, which is why we got those.
For
you know.
a tweet to
I
go
guess.
viral, super viral on the left, saying that it shouldn't be ran like a business, is like, what do y'all want
They
the
don't
world
know,
around
bruh.
us to be
Want
alike?
the government
you
to
know,
save
you know,
it.
they don't know. They want it to be an emotional.
That's what it sounds like.
They want it to be the what is the SpongeBob?
We
shit
have
called?
gay marriage now. We have fairies being accepted in classrooms.
They want it to be Weenie Hut Jr., bro.
We're saving the fish and
Weenie Hut Deluxe.
like, come on,
That's
man.
what they want, bro.
The fish and not having water is still crazy
Like-
to me, man. I can't get over
Where
it.
y'all got the most fires.
It's like, that's just asinine.
But everybody, you know,
I'm not surprised by Jeff though, man. He's one of the he's one of them.
He's rich.
He's one of them.
He's rich. He's
he
putting-
endorsed Trump. I didn't even remember that
Yeah,
though.
I mean he's extremely rich, guys. Like they do this thing where they shit on rich people for being rich, and now that he's making a move, basically points the blame at Trump for hurting his richness. They're like, oh yeah, good job.
I bet some Tesla
But y'all
parts
learn
come
for the
from
rich.
China.
Like,
They don't know what they're arguing for.
So you don't see Elon complaining.
You don't. His company's been in a shitter.
he's going up in the stock market right now.
politics.
Tesla's
They
going
get
crazy,
their parts
y'all.
from China. They people outside they store. You can't
They
even sell the
batteries,
Teslas no
chips.
more. Yeah.
This is crazy though, guys. Let us know what y'all think in the comments.